Have you ever noticed how, as March comes to an end, something in the air changes? The first quarter of the year is behind us, and we're stepping into a new season. The initial excitement of the new year has faded, and by now, patterns have formed, some pushing you forward, others pulling you back. It's almost as if the year begins to reveal its true shape after March, showing you the direction you're headed and the company you're keeping. I want you to pause for a moment. Ask yourself, who are the 5 people I spend the most time with? Because whether you realize it or not, those 5 people are shaping your destiny. They are either fueling your growth or draining your potential. These people are influencing the decisions you make, the opportunities you pursue, and the way you see yourself and your future. The relationships you allow to remain in your life are not just casual connections. They are the architects of your tomorrow. This is why, after March 31st, you must become intentional about your relationships. You have enough data now. You've seen who encourages your vision and who doubts it, who celebrates your wins and who secretly resents them. You've witnessed who lifts you up when you're down, and who only shows up when things are going well. The people around you are either investing in your future or stagnating your progress. This is the time to audit your circle. This is the moment to decide, who are you allowing to walk with you into your next season? You see, relationships are not just connections. They are divine assignments. God, in His infinite wisdom, has placed specific people in your life, but not every relationship is meant to stay forever. There are relationships that were designed to help you grow, to sharpen you, to take you to the next level. But there are also relationships that are sent to drain you, to distract you, and to keep you stuck in the past. And this is why you must be selective about your relationships after March 31st. The Bible tells us that bad company corrupts good character. You see, it's not just about who you're spending time with, but what they are imparting into your life. Relationships either feed your faith or they fuel your doubts. They either build your hope or they break your spirit. When you surround yourself with people who are not aligned with your purpose, you begin to lose your energy, your focus, and your vision. I want you to ask yourself, are the people in your circle encouraging your dreams, or are they casting doubt on your possibilities? Are they challenging you to be better, or are they content with you remaining the same? You must understand this. Every relationship you entertain either contributes to or takes away from your destiny. The law of association is a powerful principle that says your environment determines your elevation. Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future. Let that sink in for a moment. Your future is not just shaped by your own decisions, but by the company you keep. The people you allow into your life are either building you up or holding you back. Think of your mind like a garden. Every conversation is a seed. Some people plant wisdom, inspiration, and faith in your heart. Others plant doubt, negativity, and fear. The question is, what kind of garden are you growing? Are you allowing weeds to take root, or are you nurturing the seeds of greatness that will one day bear fruit? Let me share a story. A few years ago, I was part of a social circle. Good people, fun conversations. We laughed together, shared experiences, and seemed to enjoy each other's company. But deep inside, something didn't feel right. Every time I left those gatherings, I felt drained. There was no life in the conversations, no vision, no purpose. The talk was always about problems, gossip, or pointless debates. There was no growth, no real inspiration. One day, it hit me. I'm spending my energy in a space that isn't feeding my future. These conversations weren't empowering me. They were keeping me stagnant. The environment I was in was preventing me from stepping into my purpose. I was associating with people who were stuck in the past, and as a result, I was feeling stuck as well. So, on April 1st, I made a quiet decision. No announcements. No drama. I simply reduced my involvement. Instead, I sought out communities, groups, and individuals who were aligned with where I was going, not where I had been. I intentionally placed myself in environments that would challenge me, push me, and inspire me to move forward in my purpose. And what happened? In just a few months, my mindset changed. My productivity increased. My joy returned. Because when you remove distractions, you make space for destiny. You create room for the right seeds to be planted. Seeds of faith, hope, and vision. You see, your future is connected to the people you surround yourself with, and the moment I made the decision to protect my environment, my life began to reflect that shift. Now, let me be clear. I'm not saying you should cut off everyone who doesn't meet your standards or match your energy. No, that's not the point. What I'm saying is that you must be intentional about the relationships you nurture. You must surround yourself with people who are going somewhere, people who challenge you to grow, people who inspire you to fulfill your purpose. The Bible teaches us that we are called to love others, to walk in peace, and to be kind. But it also warns us to be wise about who we choose to partner with in life. Do not be unequally yoked with unbelievers, the scripture says. This doesn't just refer to romantic relationships, it refers to all relationships. If you are walking with people who are not aligned with your values, your goals, or your vision, you will find yourself being pulled in a direction you don't want to go. Let me tell you something important. Not everyone in your life is meant to go with you into the next season. Some people were only meant to walk with you for a while. And that's okay. You don't have to carry the weight of people who aren't willing to grow with you. Sometimes, the best way to honor someone is to let them go, so they can find their own path and so you can walk into the destiny God has prepared for you. You need relationships that elevate your thinking, ignite your passion, and push you towards the fulfillment of your purpose. You need people who understand your vision, who can speak life into your dreams, who challenge you to be better and hold you accountable. These are the kinds of relationships you must pursue after March 31st. The time for complacency has ended. It's time to be intentional. Look around you. Identify the people who are feeding your spirit and those who are draining your energy. The people who encourage you, who speak words of life, and who help you see the greatness within you, they are the ones you need to hold on to. And as for the ones who are negative, who bring confusion, and who perpetuate fear, it's time to let go. The choice is yours, but remember, your destiny depends on it. Now, I want you to do something. I want you to take a moment and grab a notebook. This is going to be a very practical exercise, a tool to help you gain clarity on the relationships that are influencing your life. I want you to create 3 columns. 1. Name the people you interact with the most. 2. Write down how you feel after spending time with them. Energized, neutral, drained. 3. What do you usually talk about? Growth, ideas, or complaints and distractions? Be honest with yourself. Don't rush through it. Take the time to evaluate each relationship carefully. What patterns do you see? Are there certain people who consistently bring you energy, or others who leave you feeling exhausted and empty? Some people in your life are like oxygen. They give you life. Their presence energizes you, propels you forward, and fills you with inspiration. They plant seeds of hope, vision, and purpose in your heart. Others, however, they suffocate your potential. Their words, attitudes, and actions drain the life out of you, slowly eroding your motivation and joy. Think of it this way. If you wanted to be physically strong, you wouldn't spend your time in places that weaken you. You wouldn't fill your body with food that drains your energy. You would choose foods that nourish you, that fuel you, and make you stronger. In the same way, if you want to be mentally, spiritually, and emotionally strong, you must evaluate what you are feeding your mind through the people around you. Your relationships are shaping your mindset, whether you acknowledge it or not. Every conversation you engage in is either moving you closer to your purpose or pulling you further from it. Every connection is either planting seeds of greatness or sowing weeds of doubt. Every relationship either strengthens you or weakens you. The Bible says in Proverbs 13 verse 20, "Walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm." That means wisdom is transferable, but so is foolishness. Success is contagious, but so is failure. So, the question is, what are you catching? You see, the people you allow into your space influence your decisions, your habits, and your vision. If you surround yourself with people who complain, guess what? You'll start complaining. If you spend time with those who dream big, you'll start expanding your vision. If your closest friends lack direction, you will soon find yourself wandering without purpose. But if you spend your time with people who are passionate, focused, and forward-thinking, you will be compelled to grow, to dream, and to step into your own greatness. So, after March 31st, take this energy audit seriously. Don't ignore the patterns. Recognize the signs. If you leave a conversation feeling drained, anxious, or uninspired, that is a sign. If someone is always pulling you into negativity, gossip, or mediocrity, that is a warning. Pay attention to how you feel after spending time with someone. Your emotional and spiritual energy is precious. Don't waste it on relationships that will only hold you back. Now that you've done your energy audit and identified the relationships that are either propelling you forward or holding you back, it's time to make a decision. Sometimes, the hardest part of growing is letting go of people who no longer serve your purpose. But I want you to understand something. Letting go is not about abandonment or bitterness. It's about creating space for what God wants to bring into your life. Jesus, in his wisdom, often spoke about pruning. He said in John 15 verse 2, "Every branch in me that does not bear fruit he takes away, and every branch that bears fruit he prunes, that it may bear more fruit." Pruning is necessary for growth. It's painful, yes, but it's necessary. There are relationships in your life that need to be pruned because they are stunting your growth, limiting your potential, and preventing you from becoming all that you are called to be. The question is, are you willing to let go of the relationships that no longer serve your destiny? Are you ready to release the people who are not in alignment with the purpose God has placed on your life? Understand that letting go isn't always about cutting someone off completely. It's about setting boundaries, reevaluating your time and energy, and making sure your focus is on the relationships that are moving you toward your destiny. Letting go also means letting go of the guilt that sometimes comes with distance. Sometimes, we hold on to relationships because we feel obligated, because we don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, or because we fear being alone. But hear me when I say this. You cannot afford to stay connected to people who are not helping you fulfill your purpose. The right relationships will bring out the best in you. They will challenge you, push you, and help you grow. The wrong relationships will only keep you trapped in cycles of mediocrity and distraction. I want you to make a commitment today. After March 31st, you will no longer allow people to occupy space in your life without adding value. You will protect your energy, guard your heart, and cultivate relationships that align with your purpose. Let go of what's not working, and trust that God will fill that space with the right people. People who will walk alongside you and elevate you to the next level. Now, I know what you're thinking. But these are my friends, my family. I can't just walk away. And you're right. I'm not asking you to abandon meaningful relationships. What I'm asking you to do is set boundaries. Healthy boundaries that will protect your peace, your purpose, and your progress. Let me give you an example. Imagine someone is allergic to peanuts. Would you continue serving them peanut butter just because that's what you've always done? Of course not. You'd make adjustments. You'd serve them something that's safe for them, something that nourishes them. You would protect them from harm by adjusting how you interact with them. In the same way, some relationships are allergic to your growth. It's not that these people are bad. No, they may even be wonderful individuals. But their energy, their mindset, their perspective may not be aligned with where you're going. And if you are serious about your purpose, if you're focused on the destiny God has for you, then you must make adjustments accordingly. Let me remind you that not every relationship is meant to last a lifetime. Some people are seasonal. They were sent into your life to teach you something, to help you in a specific moment, and then their role in your life is complete. Holding on to expired relationships is like keeping dead flowers in a vase. It only clutters your space. It only takes up energy that could be invested elsewhere. When God is taking you to a new level, He often calls you to separate from the past. Think about Abraham, who had to leave his homeland and his father's house to step into the promise. Think about Joseph, who had to separate from his brothers to fulfill his divine purpose. Even Jesus, as he walked on this earth, withdrew from the crowds to seek clarity and guidance from his Father. Jesus loved everyone, but he didn't give everyone equal access. He had the crowd, the 70 disciples, the 12 apostles, and then his inner three, Peter, James, and John. He knew something we all must understand. Access is a privilege, not an obligation. He didn't give everyone the same level of access to his time, his energy, or his heart. And neither should you. There will be people in your life who are meant to be loved from a distance. They can be in your life, but not in your inner circle. They can be part of your story, but they are not meant to be part of your strategy. Not everyone should have access to your deepest dreams, your vision, or your purpose. You must be discerning about who you allow into your most sacred spaces. Remember, God has called you to be a light to the world, but that doesn't mean you should burn yourself out trying to keep others warm. If you are always giving, always pouring out, but never being refilled, eventually you will run empty. The right relationships should be a balance of giving and receiving. They should nourish you, challenge you, and help you grow, not drain you, not deplete you. So, after March 31st, I want you to ask yourself, is my current circle preparing me for my calling or distracting me from it? Take an honest look at your relationships. Make a decision. Who belongs in your inner circle? Who needs to be repositioned to the outer courts of your life? Love them. Pray for them. But protect your purpose. Guard your destiny. And be intentional about who you allow to influence your life from this point forward. Now, let's get practical. It's one thing to talk about the importance of protecting your energy, but it's another thing to put it into action. So, let's break it down into steps that you can apply immediately to guard your peace, your purpose, and your potential. 1. Limit your access. Not every call needs to be answered. Not every invitation needs a yes. Listen, just because someone reaches out doesn't mean you have to respond immediately, nor does it mean you owe them your time. You are not obligated to be available to everyone at every moment. Understand this. You must protect your time like the valuable resource that it is. Ask yourself, does this conversation, meeting, or event serve my vision or detract from it? If it's not contributing positively to your life, it's okay to set boundaries and say no. Saying no is not a rejection of the person, it's a declaration of your commitment to your future. 2. Steer conversations. You've been there before. Someone brings negativity, gossip, or a complaint to the table. Here's the thing, you don't have to engage. You have the power to redirect the conversation. Instead of getting drawn into debates, arguments, or negativity, turn the discussion towards something meaningful. Redirect it to ideas, solutions, or topics that are in line with your goals. Lead by example. Use your words to lift, to inspire, to challenge, and to encourage. Refuse to entertain anything that doesn't feed your growth. 3. Seek higher circles. Who you surround yourself with is a direct reflection of your future. If you want to go higher, seek higher circles. This means intentionally putting yourself in environments and relationships that challenge you, stretch you, and inspire you to be your best self. These circles might be smaller than what you're used to, but they'll be more valuable. These people will push you to think bigger, to act bolder, and to embrace your potential fully. You don't have to settle for mediocrity. Aim for greatness by aligning yourself with those who are equally passionate about growth, progress, and success. 4. Embrace solitude. Growth requires moments of reflection. You can't pour into others if you're constantly giving from an empty cup. That's why solitude is essential. Make time for silence. Find spaces where you can reflect, pray, and seek clarity. It's in those quiet moments that you gain insight, wisdom, and the strength to continue on your journey. Don't feel guilty for needing time alone to recharge. It's during these periods of solitude that you reconnect with your purpose and recalibrate your vision. If you're always surrounded by noise, you will never hear the still small voice that leads you toward your destiny. Your energy is sacred. Your energy is your life's currency. Spend it wisely. You don't owe anyone unlimited access to your time. You don't have to explain your decisions to everyone. The right people will respect your boundaries. The wrong ones will remove themselves. So, as April begins, make a decision. Guard your mind. Protect your spirit. And choose relationships that bring out the greatness within you. Because at the end of the day, you become what you surround yourself with. Choose wisely. Now, let's talk about the future. You're not just here to survive. You're here to thrive. You're not just called to exist, you're called to make an impact. And for that, you need relationships that align with your purpose, relationships that push you closer to your divine destiny. As we move beyond March 31st, I want you to take a bold step forward in choosing relationships that are in line with the vision God has given you. Your purpose should be the filter through which you evaluate everyone and everything in your life. Every relationship should either support or challenge you in your pursuit of greatness. If it's not pushing you toward your potential, it's pulling you away from it. You see, relationships are not just social interactions. They are divine connections, appointments with people who are either meant to help you grow or are meant to be left behind as you move into the next phase of your destiny. As Dr. Miles Monroe often said, your purpose should determine the people you associate with, not your feelings or your past. In the book of Amos, we are reminded, can two walk together unless they are agreed? Amos 3 verse 3. If you are headed in one direction and someone else is headed in the opposite direction, you can't walk together for long. The journey will become frustrating, exhausting, and ultimately unfruitful. You need companions on this journey, people who share your vision, your values, and your commitment to purpose. When you align your relationships with your purpose, you create a synergy that propels you forward. You draw strength from those who believe in your dreams, who support your ambitions, who pray with you and for you. You build a community of like-minded individuals who are focused on growth, success, and impact. But remember this, as much as relationships can push you forward, they can also pull you back. If you're walking in the direction of your dreams, but you're constantly surrounded by people who don't believe in your vision or who are indifferent to your growth, you'll feel the drag. You'll feel the weight. You'll find it harder to move ahead. The Bible tells us in 1 Corinthians 15 verse 33, do not be deceived, bad company ruins good morals. So, after March 31st, make a decision. Align yourself with people who understand your calling and who will push you toward your destiny. Surround yourself with individuals who inspire you, challenge you, and bring out the best in you. The relationships you choose moving forward should empower you to be the best version of yourself, to walk confidently in your purpose, and to live a life that honors God. As you step into the future, remember that your purpose will always dictate the company you keep. Your purpose will determine who you allow to influence your decisions, your thoughts, and your actions. The future you desire is waiting for you, but it requires intentional relationships to get there. So choose wisely. Now, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. What's one relationship you need to reassess this season? Let's build a community of wisdom and growth.
Thank you for watching. If this video inspired you, don't forget to like the video, share it with someone who needs it, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more life-changing teachings from Dr. Miles Monroe.